Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Serena binti Muhammad Shafi. I represent the other members from Academy of Ibadah Friendly Hospital, Islam Specialist Hospital, and I'm going to present our research paper, and the title is The Role of Spiritual Unit, Chaplaincy in the Development of Islamization of Health Management in Islam Specialist Hospital. Islam Specialist Hospital has taken the first step in reform the administrative structure by introducing the concept of Ibadah Friendly Hospital, or known as Hospital Mesra Ibadah, HMI. Prior to officially launch the HMI concept, Islam Specialist Hospital had implemented the health Islamization process by setting up a special unit to help smooth the development of the HMI concept, and the Special Affairs Unit of Al-Islam Specialist Hospital was established in 2004 in moving more seriously the concept of HMI. And then in 2018, the Special Affairs Unit has been upgraded and is known as the Academy of Ibadah Friendly Hospital. Al-Islam Specialist Hospital, formerly known as Kampung Baru Medical Center, KBMC, and start operating in September 1996. Dr. Ishaq Masud, the director and founder of KBMC, was the first person to come up with the idea of establishing a Dakwah Bilhal after visiting Islamic Hospital Amman, Jordan in 1991, and the idea of establishing an Islamic hospital was agreed by a committee member of the Malaysian Islamic Youth Force, or ABIM, and together with Dr. Suhaimi Abdul Halim, opened an Islamic concept hospital in Kampung Baru, Kuala Lumpur in 1996. The consistent application of Hospital Mesra Ibadah in hospital administration is clearly highlighted by hospital staff and has attracted the interest of almost all hospitals in Malaysia. The HMI concept is one of the new concepts introduced in the health sector. And this concept was introduced because of the existence of a sense of responsibility among medical practitioners at that time. The main goal is to provide the best service while taking care of the health of all patients, including employees, heirs of patients, acquaintances, and anyone who exists in our life, to draw closer to Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, and not just guiding the patient in establishing prayers alone. And therefore, this make it easier for the medical practitioner to carry out our duties as caliph and preachers. Through this HMI concept, Islamization can be implemented smoothly at the hospital governance level. In fact, the government has officially lifted this concept in 2014 through the Ministry of Health, and indirectly this program can be implemented to the entire health sector in Malaysia, especially to the 146 existing government hospitals. The scope that implemented by Al-Islam Specialist Hospital makes the concept of HMI seen as not only focused on prayer, but the Islamization of management that is able to make the health sector more competitive. This was agreed by Muhammad Dahlan et al. In his research paper on the concept of Hospital Mesra Ibadah as health services consumer product, explained that this HMI program aims to dignify the concept of health holistically, covering physical, psychological, mental, and spiritual aspects. In the early stage, Al-Islam Specialist Hospital only focused on visiting patient or ziarah, and invited ustad will be asked to visit patient in the ward to give words of encouragement and religious guidance, especially ibadah when sick, as well as reliance and hope to Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Al-Islam Specialist Hospital has set up a special unit in 2004, which is placed directly under the supervision of the hospital director, Dr. Ishaq Masud, namely the Special Affairs Unit. and this unit to implement the patient visit program and streamline the HMI program in the hospital, and it is led by the religious officer. In 2005, the Al-Islam Specialist Hospital implemented Usrah as one of the important programs which involved the entire hospital staff in a systematic manner. And the Usrah involved various units in the hospital to strengthen Islamic understanding and strengthen the relationship between members. Beginning 2007, the HMI concept was more widely accepted among government hospitals. More and more people see the HMI concept brought by Al-Islam Specialist Hospital as something new and suitable to be implemented in the respective hospital. Therefore, the role of the religious officer of Al-Islam Specialist Hospital at that time became more and more functional. And at its peak, a major program was held in Perak. The Hospital Mesra Ibadah Seminar and Workshop organised by the Health Department State of Perak has taken place at Tanjung Rambutan Hospital in 2011 and attended by directors attended by directors of public and private hospital. The acceptance of the HMI concept by university hospital can also be seen clearly when the University of Malaya's Medical Centre has made Al-Islam Specialist Hospital as the main reference. A successful mega program has been implemented. The International Seminar and Workshop Ibadah Friendly Hospital that was held on October 2016 at UTM Kuala Lumpur. And this seminar was attended by nearly 450 medical staff from all over the country. And as a result, the concept of HMI has given great awareness to the health sector, where the role of religious officer has been raised as a new aspect in providing medical support to public and private hospitals. Basically, there are three roles of spiritual unit chaplaincy, and there are human capital development, spiritual support, and husnul khotimah. For human capital development, it consists of 5 main programs. And the first one is staff development program. There are 2 elements in the staff development program. Number 1 is intellectual development to improve staff knowledge and skills, and number 2, spiritual development to enhance spiritual knowledge and the formation of strong staff attitude and identities. Number 2 is one day one page program, or known as 1H1H, satu hari satu halaman. The program also aims to train and encourage staff to continue to make the Quran as a guide in life. The third one is Tazkirah program. It is a religious tazkirah implemented every Friday and Saturday as one of the filling program aimed at sharing knowledge with staff on a regular basis. The fourth one is weekly learning program. It is for staff spiritual development, where Quran recitation class will be held and the staff will classify into groups to study Al-Quran at various levels, starting with Iqra, Al-Quran itself, and Tajweed. And the last one is Usrah program, and it divided into 3 forms, namely Usrah for staff, Usrah Nuqaba, and Usrah for specialist doctor. For the second role of spiritual unit and chaplaincy is spiritual support, where the spiritual support is given to all patients in the hospital, and usually the ziarah services will be provided to each patient who receive treatment at Al-Islam Specialist Hospital. And through this method, patients who are unable to perform ibadah or solah during illness will be given information and understanding related to the issues that arise. And the last one is husnul khotimah, where this program is highly emphasis in the application of the HMI concept. The Shahadah assistant will be provided by staff to help dying patient, as well as recite Surah Yasin or Talqin of a terminally ill patient. If there are the patient highest, they will usually be given guidance and taught about this husnul khotimah. Since the Al-Islam Specialist Hospital implement the HMI concept, many health agencies have seen the HMI concept successfully implemented by Al-Islam Specialist Hospital Management. Therefore, the role of the spiritual unit, chaplaincy, is very much needed in the series of seminar held. Usually, Al-Islam Specialist Hospital will be invited to conduct HMI seminars and workshops. And apart from seminars and workshops, spiritual unit play a role in mobilizing public awareness by placing hospital volunteer, especially in the early years. And after time, public awareness begin to emerge and together mobilize hospital volunteers. The spiritual unit, chaplaincy, have prepared module and trained the volunteer in dealing with patients that been treated in the hospital. Spiritual unit, chaplaincy also have published books related to the religion which have been used by every patient in the hospital. In fact, the book has been accepted by the Pakistan Islamic Medical Association by translating it into English, and Federation of Islamic Medical Association FIMA also been translated into Arabic. Among the books that have received a lot of attention from outsiders are Concept Hospital Mesra Ibadah, Al-Islam Specialist Hospital, Panduan Ibadah Pesakit, Islamic Medical Practice and Outline Ibadah Friendly Hospital. The role played by the spiritual unit Chaplaincy Al-Islam Specialist Hospital is actually very much discussed. The spiritual unit Chaplaincy has accelerated the process of Islamization and the health sector and given great awareness to the community that the health sector should also be emphasized with good religious practice, and this effort should be continued by the entire community that has accepted the concept of HMI, regardless of medical practitioner or other members of the public. The concept of HMI needs to be implemented in every hospital, and the placement of religious officer or Muslim chaplain or chaplaincy is very important to further accelerate the concept of HMI to be implemented in the hospital. Until then, thank you from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.